I understand that perfectly fine, but there was no youBoat nor Ice Climbers in StarSeries previous season. That is correct, but youBoat has taken on the place of Pulse, because of course Pulse, they disbanded. We do have a couple of people from Pulse in youBoat right now, so that's why they took the spot from Pulse, and they got dropped down, or at least they got third last, I believe, so they're up against the fourth place of ProSeries. But that is why we are seeing these matches. That is why we're seeing these two teams. It's Ice Climbers on the Radiant side this time, youBoat on the Dire side. Game 1 was in favor of Ice Climbers. We're gonna see if they can make a 2-0 sweep, or if youBoat can force out a game number 3. We're gonna not see a Bat Rider, nor a Darkseer, nor a Nyx Assassin, nor a Keeper of the Light. The Wisp that got picked first last game by youBoat is being completely ignored, as Ice Climbers managed to pick themselves up a Magnus in the first pick. Shadow Demon and Beastmaster are the ones that youBoat picked up. Quite odd to see a Beastmaster being picked up that early, because normally he's not really banned in the second banning phase either. I mean, he is very situational, but picking him up as a second pick is quite unique. So they better have some pro tactic together with that one, as well, they do get the Shadow Demon, so that's nice for them. The Shadow Demon was in a previous game in favor of Ice Climbers, I believe. No, that's not true. youBoat played it that as well. My bad. They had 2 dual lanes in that game. One of them was with a Shadow Demon and a Lina. Let's see if they want to try that again. They're going to be up against a Lifestealer and a Rubik. So far, we've got teamfight potential, we've got carry potential, we've got a support, and we've also got at least 2 lanes covered. In theory, you can of course have 3 lanes covered if you count the Rubik as a solo mid, but we're not really expecting that right now. So we're gonna see probably a Rubik support, probably a Magnus solo, be it solo offlane, be it solo middle, both are possible. I'm kind of hoping that we're gonna see an aggressive trial lane. That would be nice. Nice to see, even though previous game of course they had a safe lane, also with a Lifestealer, I have to say.
Templar Assassin.
So we might be seeing the same thing as youBoat picked up their mid hero. It's gonna be a Templar Assassin, a hero that got ignored completely previous game, but they pick it up this time. With the Chen being banned out now by Ice Climbers, I mean, if you look at youBoat's lineup, you realize, okay, you know what, they've got a Shadow Demon, which is a support that can be combined up with a lot of different heroes. So in theory, they could go for dual lane. They've got Beastmaster potentially off lane, Templar Assassin mid, and then you only need either a tri lane hero, or you can get a jungle hero. But Ice Climbers say no. They don't want to have a Chen. They might be also banning out an Enigma if they really don't want to be facing that jungle hero, but we'll find out soon enough. As youBoat has a chance to ban something that they don't want to face right now. So if you look at Ice Climbers lineup, you already know that we're probably going to have at least a dual lane. Now, previous game, even though it was a very long time ago, Lifestealer and Rubik were on a tri lane, or at least, was it a Rubik? Yeah, it was a Rubik. Lifestealer, Rubik, and not a Jakiro, because Jakiro got banned out. I kind of forgot what it was so long ago. Enchantress being banned out here by Ice Climbers, they really don't want to face that jungle, but still are leaving the Enigma, and of course the first pick goes to Ice Climbers, so maybe they just want to pick up, oh, it was a Leshrek of course, the support, Lifestealer Leshrek lane. But maybe they want to pick up the Enigma themselves. It could be possible. Rubik Lifestealer dual lane is definitely a possibility for them. We'll find out soon enough though. And I think if they are not banning it right now, then maybe youBoat might be considering banning it out, of course, because it would be kind of obvious in a way. But depends on if they really not want to have, not want Ice Climbers to have that jungle hero. I mean, with the Magnus, you have kind of a small version of a vacuum, of course. And if you have a black hole over the top, it's quite a nice combination you have there if you pick up an Enigma there. There's gonna be a Faceless Void that gets banned out, so that's a carry that they do not want to face. Of course, that's one of the carries that can be up against heroes that are great with BKBs. I'm saying great with BKBs, but I'm hoping you realize that I also mean the Lifestealer. He has, of course, got a built-in BKB. So that is, Faceless Void would be a nice hero against both, well, anything with a BKB or magic immune thing, because you can just lock everything in your chronosphere. As we just saw Furious Lax's movie, he is just, yeah, it's just that. We have a Lone Druid being banned out, a Tiny being picked up here again by Ice Climbers. They played it in the previous game as well. They had a Tiny Rubik lane and a Lifestealer Leshrac lane. Though Leshrac is gonna be picked up by youBoat. I said it in the previous game, because Shadow Demon was of course in the previous game as well. This time they're on the same side, but you still have that good combination. Disruption to follow it up with a Split Earth is pretty decent, so we're gonna see youBoat probably using that. We're trying to use those on the same lane as we're still waiting to see what kind of carry they want to pick up. Now for carries, IC is already sorted. The question is, do they want to have another support together with the Lifestealer and the Rubik, and maybe even 2 dual lanes again with the Rubik Tiny mid and a Lifestealer something else bottom, or vice versa? Or do they want to have a jungle hero, which is still possible? Lifestealer could potentially be... Nah, it would not be easy. Nah, well... They pick up a semi-support. I say semi-support because I'm kind of hoping he is more than just a support, but it looks like to be like a trial lane. It could be aggressive, but it's not really needed, like right, at least not now, depending on what carry the opponent picks up. But you kind of want to have that Lifestealer farming, so you don't really need to go look for aggression yet, because you have the Tiny to do that mid-game anyways. But let's see first what youBoat is going to be picking up, what carry they're thinking about running here. Phantom Lancer is still in, as well as of course the Anti-Mage. You know, every single carry apart from Faceless Void and Lone Druid are basically still in. So there's a lot of potential for youBoat to pick something that they really want. If they might go for full mid game, in which case they could, for example, pick up a Gyrocopter or Mirana to go for an aggressive trial lane, Beastmaster safe lane, and Mirana it is. The reason I also said Mirana was Shadow Demon, Leshrac, and Mirana is a very strong trial lane. It is a disruption followed up with an arrow from Mirana. Now that hurts. With the Soul Catcher on there, just saying. It is it even got a bit buffed, so it hurts a lot. And the Shrek Stun, of course, to follow up on that one. And this is basically a bit mid-game, because late game, Lifestealer, Tiny, they're gonna eat Mirana up. Completely. But it is gonna be Mirana, so arrows all the way, and trying to catch people unaware with, of course, the arrow without them having the BKB on. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. We're gonna see who's playing what first though, let's see. It is gonna be Vingo playing the Leshrac, we're gonna have DDD playing the Beastmaster, Raw Eater is gonna be having to play Mirana this game. We're seeing Pinoy playing the Templar Assassin, and it's gonna be Bonsai who's gonna be playing the Shadow Demon, already going towards the bottom lane, but that's probably only to ward. We'll soon see who's going where, but it looks like we are going to have an aggressive trial lane. I like it a lot. They just want to stop this Lifestealer before it gets too bad. Lifestealer is going to be played again by Inquisitor. It's going to be Sharfik on the Tiny once more. This time they're going to have a stand-in. It's going to be played by Serva on the Magnus. It's going to be Lolik who is going to be playing the Rubik. Again, the same time, and Talentino, the one who was playing the Leshrac in the previous game, is going to be playing the Earthshaker in this game. So that is going to be the lineup for Ice Climbers. And we now also have a team profile for youBoat. They didn't have that in the previous game, but they do now. So that's nice. But yeah, we are going to have an aggressive trial lane. I like it. I like it a lot. Like, Mirana, you don't see her that often anymore, purely because she does need a bit of farm, and she's like, she's also not the hardest carry. Like, you really pick her only in select situations like that mid-game. If you're really aiming for that, then yeah, that's great. And of course, she can leap away. She is a ranged carry. They kind of needed a ranged carry, because if you're going to be having a melee carry, and you're going to be up against a Lifestealer, a Tiny, and a Magnus, that's all melees. And either you're gonna get reverse polarity, you're gonna get eaten, you're gonna get tossed and avalanche. You don't want that. You want to be able to shoot from a distance. So Mirana is a good one there. And I'm not gonna say the only option. Gyrocopter would have been nice as well, but Mirana it is for this game. As we're gonna see how this aggressive trial lane is gonna be working out. As we already see Bonsai and Vingo trying to come in from the back, or at least making sure there's not going to be a pull happening. They warded also, so that's not going to be happening. Earthshaker will be accompanying Lifestealer on the bottom lane. This is pretty tricky, so you have 2 melee heroes against 3 ranged. So in theory, youBoat should be coming out ahead here. And this is something we have to keep in mind. Like, if you're on aggressive trial lane, you're already counting on getting ahead. That is what you are there for. You're an aggressive trial lane, so you want to be aggressive. So that is something that might be tricky. We do have now Rubik coming here as well. It's going to be arranged at least someone, a telekinesis there to stop things. Like if you are up against an aggressive trial lane, having melee heroes is not that bad, especially not if one of them is an Earthshaker. Now Earthshaker is known, of course, for his Fissure, and is basically, you know, once you lay down that Fissure, anybody who is going to be initiating on anyone is going to be stopped. Either he can't continue to walk through because there's a Fissure in the way, or he's going to be stunned, can't follow up the stun perfectly in the case of a Leshrac. So there's definitely some safety net for this lifestealer here. But youBoat, I mean, I say this every single time there's an aggressive trial lane. But I will say it again. I mean, if you're an aggressive trial lane and you're not going to be getting kills, you're not going to be stopping your opponents from farming, you are losing the lane. And that's going to be warded right now, so that's not going to be a spawn for the...
That is ours.
Oh, that's a counter ward. And that's already being spotted out, by the way. But yeah, that's not going to be a spawn there. Oh, open wounds. Wants to go for this. Shadow Demon. Going to be the target. Here comes an arrow. It's going to hit on the Earthshaker. Fissure still there, though. And they can't run out because the Fissure is there. Leshrac's done up on 2, though. Who can they find? Telekinesis up on Marana. Wall Eater looking for his next target. Is going to be Lifestealer. Can they get another ability in? Or is this just right clicks? Misses, he walks the other way around, pops a salve, will be fine. Earthshaker, Fissure, Wall Eater has to be careful. He has a leap though. He eats his way out. Doesn't even need a leap. But that's just a small potential. Like, they have got 2 anti-ganks here. Like, Fissure is one of them. Disruption is one of them. Anti-abilities, anti-gank abilities. And, well, the Fissure was just used defensively. Disruption was aggressively though up on the lifestealer, but they couldn't get the damage in. Not really enough damage. And the Shrek stun, even though the two-person stun was great, it was not enough to work something out there. As we're gonna just swap to the mid lane for a second, because we're gonna have Pinoy at 12 for 3, with Tiny being 9 for 5, fairly even, slightly in favor of the Templar Assassin. As, well, for now, none of these 2 heroes should be able to kill off each other, and if someone is gonna die, it's gonna be the Tiny that should be dying, because of the refraction, of course, from the Templar Assassin. Look at this harassment already going on. Sharfake in a lot of trouble. Toss goes off. Just harassment, though, and he might actually die if this. He doesn't have any mana. He might be going for first blood, but Pinoy, he is still... No, he's alive, and he melts, and he is alive. He gets the first blood. Sharfake goes down.
Until it has been
An empty bottle, perhaps, but at least... he is gonna be able to maybe fill his bottle if he's lucky. 4-minute rune? Pinoy? No? Has to run away from that creep. 5 seconds until see if he's gonna get lucky. In the meantime, on the top lane, I'm happy I swapped there. First blood. Yep, happened. Rune is gonna be on the bottom lane. Double damage rune goes the way of Bonsai, and that actually forces Pinoy all the way back. In the meantime, looks like we're gonna have some aggressiveness coming off here with Rubik coming in from the sidelines, thinking about maybe landing a telekinesis up on Marana. Marana, who's actually being given the experience by his teammates. Level 2 still up on the Leshrac, and even Shadow Demon all the way from the lane. Level 2 on him as well, while Marana is 3.5. Lifestealer though, 3 and a bit. 3.5 also, a bit ahead of Wall Eater. That's no surprise though, as well, he is a bit more left alone than Wall Eater is. It's basically that simple. As we're seeing Bonsai and Vingo, they're just looking for a way in. Can't find it though. Not with that Fissure there, not with the telekinesis there. In the meantime, middle lane, another harassment going on. Pinoy might be trying to go for a trade again and doesn't even get a trade. He just gets another kill. Melt damage going through and double damage rune helping out. And he gets a second kill of the game. Gets it on Ice Climbers. And in the meantime, it's going to be Serva, who is 14 for 16 on last hits versus his Beastmaster. Beastmaster, who's now level 6. So might be looking to leave the lane soon with the Roar. Same thing goes, of course, for Serva, because with the reverse polarity, he might be able to help out bottom and just get himself a team fight going there. In which case, if DDD doesn't TP fast enough, then that is going to be youBoat in big problems there. Beastmaster 23 for 8, so he is ahead on last hits on the Magnus. But for those 2 heroes, for both of those 2 heroes who are normally just solo offlane, levels is more important than last hits, which is why they're put on the safe lane, because it's not that important how much farm they get. Yes, it's nice, very nice even, but it is the levels that are important, and the levels is what counts. And we do have Pinoy now with face boots. Gonna try to go for Serva, but Serva just scores himself away. We'll be fine. No Roar in time from Beastmaster. Try and get himself a kill, and that's gonna be an excursion for Pinoy that is totally, completely wasted. And that is going to give Sharfik a lot of extra farm here in this mid lane. He's now 22 for 8. Managed to pick himself up slightly. Pinoy 17 for 4. So even though he's ahead in kills, he is not ahead in last hits. And that is also, of course, just because of his excursion there. In the meantime, it's going to be Wall Eater, who's 31 for 10. So he's doing great there with last hits. While Inquisitor is 12 for 0. Now, the thing is, he is getting levels. He might not be getting as much farm. But as long as he's getting levels, he's just fine. And he is, well, at least as long as he's getting levels and he's up against that aggressive tri-lane, he is okay-ish. He's not even being helped anymore. He's just by himself.
Radiant's middle tower
So when he stays alive, he's fine. In the meantime, looks like Beastmaster in a lot of trouble. Reverse polarity, no mana left on the Magnus, can't do anything. Don't think he was aware that his mana was that low, because both of these heroes, like Beastmaster as well as the Magnus, are of course heroes with a great level 6 ability to try and get kills. And what do you want to do as soon as you get level 6? You want to actually get kills. So that's why we saw Pinoy rotating, that's why we saw the Tiny rotating, but both of them failed, both of them didn't get a kill. But who did get a kill was Bonsai. He was able to pick up the kill on the Lifestealer, which gank we didn't see. No mana left on Talentino, probably landed a Fisher Steel, but not going to be able to get away from that. Edict level 2, Soulcatcher on there probably because no creeps around. And, well, like we already said, he was by himself for a while, so... Inquisitor, not as great as the bottom lane as he thought he was having. Is at least, again, back in experience range, but he has to be very careful. He can't let himself get caught out that much. Not when mid lane is already slightly won by Pinoy by getting 2 kills on the board against Sharfik, who has got nothing. He should be having something in the bottle though. Avalanche hits. Can he do something more? Refraction at least is off, but he can't do anything more. In the meantime, Talentino just goes down. Walk past the ward, and that's something you should not do. Not with Leshrac there, not with the disruption, followed up by a stun. Mirana coming in also, of course, getting the assist only, so no kills for her just yet. In the meantime, the lane has pushed out towards Inquisitor's tower, so he is happy with that as the toss comes out from the Tiny. The toss Pinoy back into the lane. I saw it on the minimap, unfortunately not in the game itself, as in on the big screen where you can see it also. But it looks funny on the minimap anyway. I just wanted to make sure that he's no longer in danger. And it looks like they might be trying to go for the mid lane. Thinking about it, exclamation marks came out, but it's gonna be bottom lane instead. There's no wards up here for the Radiant side. This is the only one here. So this Lifestealer has to be very careful. Disruption could start things off. Open wounds though. Bonsai trouble. Disruption on himself now. Defensively, Leshrac's stun not gonna hit. Bingo doubting himself. Where is he gonna go? Where is he gonna hit? Fisher gonna go down. Hits and a toss in. Bingo trouble. Is there gonna be more? Fade Bolt will finish him off, and that's gonna be Leshrac on ball. You're trying to get himself away. Will be able to do so, and that's the excursion from Sharfik. That was successful. Well, this time Pinoy is sticking inside the mid lane. And we still have not had a roar from Beastmaster, had not had a reverse polarity from the Magnus, or at least not what that resulted in the kill. Well, they're still skirmishing and trying to get their items up. I mean, it's odd to see that. Like normally you'd expect them to go for kills, to go for make a difference on lanes. But well, at the same time, it's also understandable. I mean, they want their items up. They want to be able to at least get an advantage on the lane before they leave the lane, right? And so far, by their own knowledge, they don't really have it, even though Magnus 36 for 11, while Beastmaster has 44 for 14, so he's a bit ahead, Beastmaster that is. As we have a smoke up here. Bonsai Leshrac coming in from the side. There is a ward there, of course, but no vision just yet because the smoke is still there. Ward being placed. And they just walk away. Tower range, giving safety to the members of Ice Climbers. They're gonna go mid instead though. Disruption, Leshrac stun, Split Earth following up. There is a great potential here, but at the same time, Sharfik checking the rune. It's the bottom rune, it's invisibility. Might see him walking around there with Vingo. Oh, there he comes. And they have a ward there, so they see him coming. Saw him coming, I should say. Sharfik actually backing off. He has his own ward here, so he also saw them. Is just being very careful there. In the meantime, bottom lane is almost completely empty. I was gonna say, well, you're taking a lot of damage. They're having to leap away. Trap going off, and Sharfik here. Arrow is gonna hit. It's gonna hit. Rubik, a long range stun. And there's the melt damage going through. Pinoy getting himself another kill. Roar going off of Inquisitor. No rage. He jumps himself into a creep. Able to get himself away. Reverse polarity coming in. Hello, Seraph. Hits on 2. They're gonna be able to get Pinoy with that at least. In the meantime, Beastmaster getting himself out. Here comes Inquisitor again. Wants to go for Bingo. Toss there. Bam. Dead. Leshrac down. Avalanche. Bonsai down. 5 on 5 on the boards. 1-4-4 on this bottom lane. Reverse polarity does it again. And it all started off with that perfect arrow from Mirana up on the Rubik. Weren't able to get the lifesteal in time before he hit himself, and then it all went south for youBoat. Ice Climbers getting back on top of the horse. The figure of speech horse, that is. Anyways, there was of course the first reverse polarity that we saw, the first roar that we saw. They came at the same time. Though I have to say, like, if you combine the two, it was pretty simple what happened. Like a roar on 1, only a kill on 1. Reverse polarity on 2, kill on 4. Well, you know what I mean. And Pino, even though he still got the kill on the support, he did go down. That was the first time he died. And that is pretty painful for him. In the meantime, Magnus now in the mid lane, level 9 versus level 9. And this is interesting to see. Normally you see the offlaners being at a bit lower level. Trap goes off, melt damage going through. Is he gonna chase it? He has a refraction up, skewer away though. And that's the kill still. The hit flying, avalanche toss, Pino, it goes down still. Melt damage is not enough. Tiny picks up the kill, otherwise the Fisher would have been there just in case. 6 for 6, a trade in the mid lane, offlaner for a solo mid laner. In the meantime, invisibility rune and haste rune up on Bonsai, disruption there. Soul catcher as well, arrow will hit by Rubik. I think you're dead. Here comes Sharfik though, looking for an opening. Toss in. Hello, Inquisitor. I don't think he realized he was gonna go in that far. There goes the roar, and he jumps himself inside a creep once more and able to get himself out alive. Again on so low HP when he did that, and again able to get away. He rages, gonna be able to get away. Sharfik now goes on Vingo. He dropped by the Echo Slam of Talentino. Disruption will lock in Sharfik for a while. Arrow will miss. Talentino gets trapped still. Leap away from Voider. Here comes Pinoy again. Tries to get something done. Avalanche hits again. Reverse polarity on 3. Shockwave. That's 2 already down. Is he gonna get Pinoy again? That would be devastating. Another toss in. Avalanche. Or sorry, open wounds up on Bonsai. He's gonna be able to get away. Pinoy will be able to get himself away as well. Or will he? Getting chased down. 5 heroes here. Waiting for him. Lashrakstun gonna miss everybody. Avalanche. Pinoy. Trouble. Dead. As well as the Earthshaker though. At least Shadow Demon was able to get that from the sidelines. But Vingo is gonna go down again. And that's Magnus with a double kill, and that is all of a sudden, what was 6 for 6 is now 11 for 8, sorry, it's 5 for 2 kills in favor of Ice Climbers. Once again, team fights go their way. I mean, who would expect anything different if you have a Magnus on your side? You will be expecting the Magnus team to win their team fights, and they did. And I mean, I say Magnus team, but they also have a Echo Slam. They have got a Avalanche, which is quite nice. If you look at teamfight potential on youBoat, it's not really there. They've got amazing pick-off potential with the Disruption, Arrow, Lashrakstun, etc. with a Roar or Meld or Traps, but it's all single target. It's all single target, and that is what's hurting them a lot right now, because when they start going on a single target, everybody TPs in. And that is going to be the end of youBoat then, because that team fight is not something that they can take. In the meantime, Inquisitor enjoying his freedom on the bottom lane. He's been escaping death quite a while now actually, with these infests at the right time constantly. He has died only once so far. He's been in 5 kills. He's got 48 last hits. Even though he's not farming that great, he is definitely picking up. And in the meantime, top lane is gonna be TP'd into, because they want to defend their tower. Edict still going off. Serva, trouble. He still has a reverse polarity in 7 seconds though. Bonsai coming in. Roar going off. Magnus. Soul Catcher up on the Tiny. The Shreks still falling off. Disruption on the Tiny as well. Here comes Axis flying through. Can they do anything? Here goes the Roar back in the face of Pinoy. And the reverse polarity up onto Vingo. Oh, up on 3 actually. Sorry. Vingo will be the one to die. Tiny's toss will make sure of that one. DD backing himself up. No more Roar for him. Pinoy trouble for him. Can he get himself away? Maybe if he melts, he still picks up the kill though. First, Perfection still on there. Gets another kill. Magnus goes down. Rubik goes down. But Pinoy goes down as well, as here comes Sharfik once again. Disruption there once again. Soul Catcher up on there as well, but he will be able to get himself away as he reaches level 12 while he is in the Disruption. Or at least it looked that way. Lashrakstun gonna hit. Avalanche still hits though, but it's just harassment now. They can't do anything to kill this one off right now. Not enough damage right now. But they did take something back. They did get some more kills. It was 2 for 2. Even trade. But Pinoy getting a lot of the kills. Yes, he died, but he got a lot of those kills. He's actually, he died 4 times. So out of the 12 kills... Oh, hello. Ooh, telekinesis, being no trouble, he's dead. Potential with toss combinations tiny is insane. Tossing Fisher, tossing Echo Slam. Who needs a Blink Dagger when you can toss, right? Blink Dagger, tossing in Magnus, etc. You can also just, yeah, you can toss in everything basically. Because every single hero on the side of IC has got some sort of disable. Now, of course, Lifestealer is not really a disable, but he can at least open wounds, make sure someone stops chasing or something like that. And that's, of course, worth a lot already. Let's take a look at the items real fast. We have the mechanism up on the server, up on this Magnus. We've got Talentino, not having that one. Oh, I never really call him Talentino. I'm sorry. Ooh, oh no. Oh, or you toss enemies into your own and into your own allies. I'm calling him Talentino, but he's actually Talento. I'm sorry. It's of course from the movie Valentino. Yeah, you know what I mean. Whatever. It's Talento. I think he should change his name to Talentino, though. It sounds cool. Ooh, toss in. Hello, Magnus Shockwave goes through. I don't think he was expecting that one. Disruption, Soul Catcher, Roll Bonsai. I think you're in a lot of trouble right now. More TPs incoming. There goes an arrow flying. It hits up on Serva, but can they go in on it? Avalanche hits on 2. No more mana left on the Earthshaker right now. He has to get himself away. We'll be able to do that on 21 HP. As in the meantime, it is another toss. Back with you, and it is Mirana Warrior that drops by the force of his own teammate landing on his head. And that's gonna be painful. It's gonna be very painful. Oh, Bonsai up on the high ground with the shockwave, Skewer rather. They know where he is though. Leshrek's done. From the Rubik that is. So Rubik's Leshrek's done finishes him off. Split Earth being stolen. A very good spell to steal, of course. And in the meantime, it is of course Ice Climbers that are pulling ahead right now. Even though the start on the bottom lane was not as great for the Lifestealer as he would have had, he's a bit on par with the Mirana again on far. Mirana, who hasn't really shown for herself that much. We're gonna have the gold graph going towards Ice Climbers as well, 2k gold. We have the experience graph showing it a bit more clear, 5k experience, as Templar Assassin finds death once again. Tiny being the killer in this case, and that was a place where Pinoy was well, probably not quietly sitting, but he died there. Violently killed. And they're looking to go for the next tier 1 tower. Quite surprisingly, with all these skills on the board, both of these teams have not gotten that much towers in return for these skills. So this is only going to be the second tower to go down in the game. But it will go down into the hands of Tiny, who's now got 2200 gold. Might actually buy a Blink Dagger. There he goes, picks it up. Well, I was checking items before that, wasn't I? Where is more items that I haven't seen yet? Can you stop being so mobile? But yeah, he picks up Bonsai. Not a very interesting kill. It's just a support avalanche toss combination will do that job. TP out from Leshrek to get himself out of that place. Miranda, like we saw, she is not got that much. Probably building towards a Yasha. Does have the recipe now. Has got the Blade of Leprosy. As she gets a Fissure in the face. Telekinesis there as well to the other side of the Fissure with you. Can leap over it though. Blinking. Toss is still there. Echo slams. There's no chance, even with the invisibility. No chance for her to get away. Way too many people up on top of her head. Literally, that is. With these tosses. Sharfrick is just everywhere right now. No towers down yet on the side of Ice Climbers as well, even though with the Leshrek there, you might and even with Leshrek expecting a Diabolic Edict, which he normally lately hasn't been doing all that much, or at least, well, I say that oddly, but I mean, most players that play Leshrek lately have been specking that Lightning Storm, rather than going for the Edict. Pure, oh, bye Bonsai. But yeah, this is the first tower going down. There we go. And that's going to be some extra gold onto the hands of Pinoy, who's also building towards his Blink Daggers. In the meantime, the tier 1 tower top is looking to be in trouble because as you look at the minimap, there's a lot of people coming in. All for that tier 1 tower. And I do think Wall Eater feels the heat. He's going to be moving into his own jungle. Maybe. As he, yeah, they scout where he is though. They might just try to find him and kill him. Looking for him, cannot escape anymore, locked in by the illusion. Avalanche toss, and Wall Eater is toast. Yeah, you did crush him indeed, and there goes the tower. No defense for it. Roll Eater by himself couldn't get away
Dire's top tower
in
has
time
fallen.
and dies with the tower, as there's now no tier 1 tower left standing up on youBoat, and it does look like it's gonna be a bit more one-sided from now on, because I mean, as you look at it, there's no team fight that can counter Ice Climber's team fight potential up on youBoat.
Top tower is under
Yes, you can TP out from the lifesteal. That's at least something you can do. They TP out. And as you can see, Ice Climbers, they know that. They're just roaming around with 5. They're just 5-man Dodaing right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has been
And they
denied.
just constantly want to push or want to kill. And so far, they have had success since the moment that they
Dire's
started
top
doing
tower
this.
is under attack.
Oh, Lifestealer investing himself into the blinking Tiny, looking for a target. There is a ward up on the high ground for the Radiant team.
Dire's middle tower
Might find
is under
someone,
attack.
and they do. Bye, Maranas.
Radiant's bottom
Wow, I
tower
can
is
draw
under
good
attack.
circles. In the meantime, tier 1 tower to 2 tower rather is going to be a
Dire's
ratio.
middle
Nothing
tower is
that
under
youBoat
attack.
can do to defend this. Skull Basher up on the Lifestealer now as well. He is getting pretty farmed. Already had his armlet. In the meantime, bottom lane, Pinoy with his Blink Dagger now. Still pushing, but you know, if you look at the heroes, like the type of heroes, you see a Beastmaster, you see a Templar Assassin. Both of those two heroes are very defining for this stage of the game. You go around
Dire's middle tower
as soon as
has
Beastmaster level 6, get a roar in.
Radiant's bottom
Get
tower
kills in.
has fallen.
If you wait too
Dire's
long,
middle tower
it's
is
not
under
gonna be
attack.
good. Same thing goes for Templar Assassin. When you get your items up, like a Blink Dagger and Face Boots, is basically all you need. You go and look for kills, but where are you gonna find kills if the team that you're up against is constantly with 5? Bye, Hawk. They do know that they've been scouted, of course, by Roshan, but really, what can they do against it? What can youBoat now do against this Roshan kill? Nothing, even though IC is thinking they can do something. That is Tiny. Oh, Raw Eater. I think you're dead. No, not. He can blink after it though. Like, the leap will not be hurting that much. He can still leap if he wants to. Trap going off, trying to bait it out. No, no longer a blink there. Avalanche toss. Or just a toss rather. Ooh. And here also comes a blink away. Roar going off on Tiny. Thou shall not come. 4th, that is. They back off. youBoat, they don't want to be here. And I don't blame them. Marla being still very low, didn't use her leap until later and was able to get herself away. He has got a Yasha for the Manta style, but is she gonna be able to carry her team later on? I'm not sure. First Minthra Hammer ready up on Templar Assassin. I mean, in the time that the Ice Climbers are roaming around as 5, youBoat is making sure that they're gonna be able to get farm over the map. They've got the bottom lane pushed out. They've got 3 towers down on their own on the opposing team, so they get some gold from that. And they're making sure they're not fighting. Basically, that's the only thing that you can do. If you're up against a 5-man Dota squad, as in
Radiant's bottom
5-man
tower
Dota,
is under attack.
the trick is not to fall for the not to be forced in the 5-man Dota, just to be farming and do your own thing. The danger comes, of course, when your own thing is actually picking heroes up, because that's not going to be possible. Avalanche toss, jump out, disruption. Saving the life of Beastmaster for now. The Shrek stun gonna be helping out, but there is a rage up on Lifestealer. He's not gonna let himself get stunned. Beastmaster. Oh. How did he see him? Oh, Gem of Crusade. Hello. And it's gonna be the wards going down. But yeah, trying not to fight is basically all that youBoat can do. Trying not to fight and farm, waiting until Ice Climbers are gonna get bored of this game, to say, like, as in bored of trying to 5-man Dota. Like, at some point, yeah, their tier 2 towers will be down as well. But then you can at least make sure that Ice Climbers are not able to push into the base, because if they do, they lose something else. Like, they have to trade, like, you have to have something else pushed in.
Dire's top tower
And
is under
that
attack.
is gonna be something that, like, at some point, Ice Climbers will think, okay, you know what, let's wait until they make a mistake, because we're not gonna get anything done. And if they make the mistake that they do that, then you might be able to pick something up. And if they do continue to harass you, to try and push in, and they can't, you are making them waste time while you might still be able to get farm. Like, this is the only thing that you can do. You cannot fight up your base, so what do? You threaten their base. This is all you can do. Edict going through. This is when Edict is handy. In the meantime, Beastmaster does go down on the top lane, But this bottom lane, fortification is not there. The tier 3 tower is gonna go down, but also on the top lane, tier 3 tower is gonna drop. A bit later though, as the tier 3 tower bottom is already down. And that's a blink away from Pinoy. As the barracks are gonna get harassed, TP's out though. Here comes the lifestealer, over moves up on Bonsai. As Servi jumped in here as well. We still have the tiny top though. And Bonsai trying to get himself away, will be going down there. Voider leaping himself away, TP out from the Shrek. In the meantime, barracks are still standing as the Shadow Demon goes down still. Sorry, and Mirana goes down still to the Magnus. So no, no leap away for her. No. Pinoy, dead. And this is probably gonna be at least one set of racks, or at least it already is a set of racks, maybe even two, because of 50 seconds without the Templar Assassin, 20 seconds without the Mirana. They might be playing it safe and just force back, or not, or they just jump themselves in and roar back and forth, Echo Slam. And that's gonna be Vingo going down. Mechanism still helping out, but he can't escape, or can he? Tries to run himself away past the tier 4 towers. Is it gonna be a toss of anything? Earncharge, of course, sticking through, and he will be going down. Still lands a lightning though. Blink in from Pinoy, who buys back, gets himself some smashed in the face from Sharfik. Rubik already down. There goes the Aegis still. Gem dropping on the floor in the meantime, as Rubik is indeed the one that died. We still have the Earthshaker dropping as well. Can they still get Sharfik? Avalanche toss. This is trouble. 3 versus 1. They should be able to get him down. Or can they not? Here comes Inquisitor. Disruption there trying to save the Beastmaster. Demonic Purge there. Arrow not gonna hit. Rage was still on there. And now Bonsai trouble. But Inquisitor, he's the one that drops. Mirana picking up the kill. And youBoat, they're defending this. They killed off everybody apart from Serva, who was of course one of the people that TP'd down. And stayed down to defend their barracks. And the arrow comes from the tiny on the bottom lane. On the minimap, that is. They want to go for the bottom lane. They want to go for this tier 2. This tier 3. And then maybe rotate for the next tier 3 or just go for the tier 4s. But youBoat, they defended this. And they did do a very good job in trying to split push, or trying to make sure that some were forced back. And that gave them the opportunity to fight, because they did not fight in a 5-on-5 even situation. And that was good for them. Like, they might have lost the fight in the end because they still lost their barracks. But I don't think they're out of the woods yet. Desolator almost up on the Templar Assassin, just needs that last Minter Hammer. In the meantime, the Manta Style is ready up on Wall Eater. Might make a difference as well. As we have Beastmaster building towards the Aghanim's, wants to have a roar more and more often. And this is a Nake's bomb. Let's see who he's gonna find with it. Hello, Lincoln. Oh! Hello, Talento. There goes an Echo Slam, still disruption, helping Mirana save her life. Open wounds were there. Oh, reverse polarity. Hits on 3. 1 down, 2 down. Bonsai roar goes up on Servi, but still already 3 down. Buyback from Bonsai, wants to TP himself back in. In the meantime, Beastmaster trying to get himself away from that blaze. Wants to be able to, will be able to. As Pinoy is sitting here melted, they still know where he is though. And he blinks himself away. But he blinks himself away from his own tier 2, away from his own base. And he's gonna get chased. Surfa blinking after him, who's going for a refresher, by the way. Also, of course, has his own BKB, or sorry, Blink Dagger already. But this tier 3 will probably, this tier 2 will probably die. Nake's bomb's too powerful.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Blink Daggers everywhere on the side of Ice Climbers. Also, Earthshaker having one. Actually, the only one that doesn't have a Blink Dagger is this guy right here, Lifestealer, but he doesn't need one because he just jumps into a hero that actually has a Blink Dagger. Overpower helping a lot here farming these Ancients. There's of course no new items up on youBoat. I mean, they have been having issues with buying back. We even had Bonsai buying back previous fight, even though he didn't do that much after he died, sorry, after he came back. Still, they did get their Avalanche toss by Dagon, of course. We already saw it earlier, but now it's level 2. But yeah, we did see the gem going back to the hands of Ice Climbers. Does Rubik probably has it again? No, it's not Rubik.
Dire's
Refresher
middle tower
complete.
is under attack.
Where? Oh, they destroyed the gem? Where's the gem?